Yeah. Well, Billy Bob Harris joins us now. We've missed him lately.
We have.
And so
Yes,
it's time we got him back in here. He made a road trip recently to talk to a cowboy well remembered by many Texans from his rodeo days, not to mention his footwear. Hey, Billy Bob.
Glad to be here. You know, a lot of these successful Texans that I've been fortunate enough to interview, some of them I just met. Our next guest is not in that category. I'll probably never interview anyone I've known longer, admire more, or love as much as that Larry Mahan. Larry has won 8 World Championship rodeo titles. He also has a very established, as Troy was saying, has very established Western hats, boots, and clothing line. We caught up with him at his ranch in Sunset, Texas, which is northwest of Fort Worth.
Well, my folks, they knew that I was horse crazy, and they bought me my first horse when I was about 7, 8 years old, and I was hooked on the feeling, and from there I went to my first kids rodeo, won the calf riding, $6 and a belt buckle, and I said, this is it. The horse is such an amazing animal, and over the years I've opened up a whole new level of dealing with horses and really worked hard to find out what it's all about and how you create a relationship with one of these great animals. It's all body language with horses, so they respond to a particular feel. The hours of dedication and determination is what will determine who's going to be the champion. Do you want to put another blanket on this? I think guys are tougher now. I think they figured out different moves, different body moves, and it's in the riding events. It's almost like being a gymnast, except the bar is moving. After I reached a certain level, I felt that it wasn't me competing against other people. It was me competing against myself to better myself each and every day. Well, as Jim Shoulders once said, you don't retire from rodeo because when you retire from a job, they send you a check every month. Yeah. So I quit, and totally quit in 1977. You know, it's amazing how one little spark can create a passion that goes through the rest of your life.
Beautiful. Yeah. And that's his ranch.
Yeah, that's his ranch. It's northwest of Fort Worth, Sunset, Texas.
See you wearing a cowboy hat in that shot there?
Yeah, it's just cover up the lack of hair. But speaking of wearing something, can we see a shot of Troy's boots? Yeah, there we go.
There we go. You're going to see the bottom of it from that camera.
Okay. Larry Mahan boots.
Mahan boots.
I wish I had known it's going to be Larry Mahan Day, because he also gave me a hat for one of the rodeos that he was doing for Pegasus.
Okay,
the
that's
autism
right.
treatment.
He's been a big supporter.
Big supporter of the fight against autism.
Autism, yeah. He's been there. As a matter of fact, I think he's doing, I believe he's the master of ceremonies this year.
Is that right?
I think he is, yeah.
And Larry still looks pretty doggone
he looks
good.
He's very healthy, concerning all the broken bones and teeth and everything else that you know.
What do you attribute his success to? I mean, world champion rodeo and now a world-class line of clothing.
I think all of it, this boy's got more try than anybody I've ever seen in my life. He tries hard. He's got a great passion for what he does. He loves what he's doing out there now. I mean, he gets lost out there, and that that's his working with those horses now. And I guess he's been around them for so long. I didn't see the horse whispers. Did y'all see that? I didn't see that. But there may be something to that. I'm not for sure.
Well, use the word I was going to use, passion. You can see passion in that guy.
It's passion.
And got more try in him. That's a Billy Bobism. Got more try in him.
That's right. I think that picked that up for some cowboy.
The truth is that we were talking about Mike Madonna earlier. Larry Mahan comes also from that same cut of cloth. I mean, he's a great guy. He's wonderful for rodeo, and he's just a genuinely likable person.
Tracy, how did y'all get him involved with that autism thing?
Well, that's kind of an interest. I've known Larry for many, many years, and had gone out, and we had originally talked about this many years ago when we were both just sort of interested in doing some charity work. But then the folks, through some folks in Fort Worth who know him, also they got involved that way because he was so close to those folks. They were all in the cowboy business and cutting horse business and all this stuff. So because of that, they asked him to come down here, and he came because there are a lot of good cowboys that come for that Pegasus ball.
I noticed there's been so much support from that
It's true. No,
Yeah,
from the cowboy community, if you want to call it
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly right. And how long has that been going on now?
Well, that's a good question. Probably, just a guess, about over 20 years now.
Yeah.
It was started by the Norris family. You know the Norrises.
Yeah.
And that's, Mr. Norris was the original Marlboro man. So that's where a lot of that connection goes all the way back
I guess
to Larry.
so. Yeah.
So they were good.
Well, Billy Bob, we're going to see some more stories from you coming up, aren't we?
Okay, yes, we are. We're going to do 3 of them on YouTube up here.
No,
Okay.
no. Thanks for coming back. That's a great story. I really appreciate it. And we'll be right back after this.
Yes,
So stay here.
indeed.